Good evening. We're going to continue with our measurement unit, lesson 6. I can solve problems involving mixed units of capacity. So that's those gallons, quarts, pints, and cups. So get out that gallon table or the big gallon of the G illustration to help you solve tonight's problems. 1 gallon and 2 quarts plus 2 quarts equals how many gallons? All right, so I have my G illustration, my gallon illustration, with the quarts and the pints and the cups. So what we want to do is we want to take and look at the 2 quarts and add these together because they're the same. They're not different, they're the same. So 2 plus 2 is 4 quarts. Now if I look back in my G, don't we see 4 Qs? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 quarts. So 4 quarts is equal to 1 gallon. So we've got a gallon here and a gallon here, which gives us 2 gallons. All right, I got my gallon illustration ready to go to help me through this. So we're looking over here and we see 2 quarts, taking away from 3 gallons. So how to kind of break this up here, we want to pull out a gallon. Now, how many quarts equals 1 gallon? Well, 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. And because I pulled out those 4 quarts, I now only have 2 gallons, which now is going to be able to help us solve this problem. So we're left with 2 gallons, and 4 minus 2 is 2 quarts. So this is a great way of solving this, just pulling out the quarts or the pints or the cups to help us get to the answer. But use the illustrations and the tables to help you along with this. All right, moving on. 4 gallons, 2 quarts plus 3 quarts equals this how many gallons and how many quarts? Okay, so let's put the things that we see that are alike. And I see 2 quarts and 3 quarts that are alike. So 2 quarts plus 3 quarts is equal to 5 quarts. Very good. And then we still have our 4 gallons over here. But we know that if we pull this out even more, how many quarts are in a gallon? Well, there's 4 quarts in a gallon. And we're left over with 1 quart. So now we have 4 quarts, which is equal to a gallon, plus our original 4 gallons. So 1 plus 4 is 5 gallons, and we're left over with 1 quart. So 5 gallons and 1 quart. All right, 11 gallons, 3 pints, take away 4 gallons and 6 pints equals how many gallons and how many pints? So let's group the things that we can together. Well, I see 11 gallons and I see 4 gallons. And 11 minus 4 is 7 gallons. Now, look at the 3 pints and the 6 pints. I cannot take away from a small amount. So let's put down 3 pints, take away 6 pints. I can't do that. So what I need to do is I need to take some pints, since we're talking about pints, I need to take some pints away from that gallon. And if we look at our gallon illustration, we will see that there are 8 pints in a gallon. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take away a gallon, which would leave me 6 gallons, and then I have 8 pints. Okay? Because there's 8 pints in a gallon. Now, let's put these together. So now I have 6 gallons and 11 pints take away 6 pints, which will give me 6 gallons and 5 pints. So again, the G illustration helps us figure this out and to solve the gallons and the pints. Okay, in this one we have the capacity of a bucket is 5 gallons, and right now it contains 3 gallons and 2 quarts of liquid. How much more liquid can the bucket hold? Well, this problem is calling for the gallon guy. We need the gallon illustration. Much better. Okay, so now we see our gallon illustration, and we want to set this up. We're going to set this up with taking apart this. We have a bucket of a total of 5 gallons. And right now it contains 3 gallons and 2 quarts. The key here is how much more liquid can it hold. So that's telling us that we're going to be using subtraction. So let's put 5 gallons, take away 3 gallons and 2 quarts. So when we see this, we know that we really can't subtract 0 from and then 2 quarts. You can't have a bigger number on the bottom. So we're going to need to pull out some quarts from that gallon in order for this to work. So what we're going to do is that how many quarts are in a gallon? Well, we've got 4 quarts in a gallon. So let's pull out 4 quarts, which now will give us 4 gallons. And then we have to show that with 4 quarts. Okay, and now we can subtract 3 gallons and 2 quarts. So we've got 4 gallons take away 3 gallons is 1 gallon. And 4 quarts take away 2 quarts is 2 quarts. So there we go. Just remember, when we can't subtract, we're going to have to pull out that smaller unit out of the gallons so we can subtract it. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice. It's all about the attitude, guys. If you got a positive attitude and you're willing to try and do your best, you will be successful. So let's see how successful we can on the next following problems. 5 quarts plus 3 quarts equals how many gallons? 1 quart take away 1 pint is equal to how many pints? Call in the gallon illustration to come and help. 7 gallons, 2 pints, minus 2 gallons and minus 3 pints, is equal to how many gallons and how many pints? I'm noticing that we don't need to have the subtraction right here. So we're going to be subtracting 7 gallons, 2 pints, take away 2 gallons and 3 pints. And call in the gallon illustration to help you. Never stop learning. When we stop learning, we stop growing. Have a wonderful night, guys.